Hi, welcome to my channel, Train, Don't Strain with me, Mountain Jace. I hope you've all had a chance to check out my previous series of gym workout videos, aptly named Foundations of Fitness. This set, called Do You Train Like a Pussy or a Majestic Lion in the Gym, is nothing to do with cats and everything to do with getting you on the right path for the most explosive training sessions of your life, thanks to my evolution in fitness rather than the hype, BS or gear worship that so many people sadly succumb to. Whenever I ask someone after they've just cheated their way through bench pressing 150 kilograms or leg pressing some mighty looking weight, why do you think you're hardly breathing at all? They look at me with a blank expression, seemingly unable to even comprehend the question. And certainly they have never asked it of themselves before. So, taking pity on them, I ask, why do you think people breathe heavily when they're doing sport? They usually give a circular argument along the lines of, well, because we do. Yet, when pressed further, most people actually do know the correct answer. They just have never bothered to incorporate it into the way they gym train. For a muscle to perform any kind of work, it needs the presence of oxygen. The harder it works, the more oxygen it will burn, and the more muscle fibres that will undergo the micro-tearing that later induces the body to build back better. So, getting back to what I see every day in the gym is people doing a set so poorly with so little muscle engagement because they're either using mass displacement, as explained in episode 2 of my second series, or they're keeping the force on their bones and away from the muscles that they are targeting, so that at the end of, say, 8 repetitions, they are hardly breathing at a faster pace at all. And what slight elevation there is because they have been holding their breath. See episode 8 of my Foundations of Fitness series for a more in-depth explanation about being in an oxygen deficit. Not breathing heavily is your body trying to tell you that you've failed, that you have done a set, supposedly hitting the biceps, say, but as far as earning improved performance in the future is concerned, well, it just won't happen. If you don't work a muscle so intensely that you're gulping for breath for the next 2 to 3 minutes, then you might as well go home. Because your body has a strict policy of only rewarding you with improved fitness and strength when you've actually earned it through hard work. It doesn't matter how much weight you stack on the machine or how many sets you do, if you don't find a way to fully engage the muscle, both in the positive and negative ranges, and so burn tons of oxygen, you will always be a gym failure. It's as simple as that. And your body is trying to tell you this when you finish a set and there's no need for it to replace, by urgently taking in lots of fresh air, depleted oxygen levels in your blood brought about by muscles firing. Let me leave you with this very illuminating example. You're standing on the finish line of a very long race circuit. 2 Ferrari V12s arrive at exactly the same time. They appear to be identical, as do the drivers. You're told just one thing: they started 10 minutes apart, even though they arrived together. And then you're asked to bet $1 million as to which car actually achieved the fastest time. You're allowed to quickly look over both vehicles. Well, the way to win this wonga is to check the petrol gauges. If one car shows its tank is half full and the other is empty, you know the latter has been driven much harder, because increased effort leads to increased fuel consumption. Well, it's the same with muscles. If you're not demanding more oxygen after each set, then you're simply trundling along, using hardly any power, tearing hardly any of your muscle fibres, and earning hardly any improved strength and cardio gains. The only way to break this cycle of fitness mediocrity is to watch my series Foundations of Fitness, along with series 3, where I train individual muscles in an optimal way, and then become part of my Fitness Evolution channel by subscribing. So that's it. Now go do the right thing.